I actually get surprised because I do think that the younger generation really lacks a lot of social skill. So when I do find a younger person that is social, it actually surprises me.
Yeah, right?
It's very refreshing, actually.
Oh my gosh, it is really. Oh my God, you're saying more than one word. You're actually having a
You're like actually interacting,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But again, I think the younger generation doesn't care. To them, it's like, so what? Like, so,
It's normal. It's normalized, right?
well, they just think that we want too much, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hey, everyone, and welcome to We Time Convo. I'm Debbie.
And I'm Liza, and today we are diving into something that doesn't get talked about enough: soft socializing. You know, the kind of connection that isn't loud or performative, no pressure to impress, just easy, low stakes moments with people you feel comfortable around.
In a world that's constantly asking us to be more, do more, and show up everywhere, soft socializing is kind of a rebellion. So we will talk about what it looks like, why it matters, and how you can build more of it into your life.
Today we're talking about another article that Irene loves to share with us. It's called Soft Socializing. Are we healing? Are we just tired? So soft socializing, I guess, is a thing now that more people are doing. And reading this is, basically soft socializing is hanging out, but like kind of sitting in silence, just kind of enjoying each other's company without the small talk, right?
Yes. So just to kind of put it in perspective, let's talk
Yeah.
about the scenarios of what is soft socializing versus a hard socializing. So
Okay.
for example, I'm going to go ahead and quiz you.
Okay.
So clubbing, is that a soft or a hard?
Hard.
Okay. And the hard because it's just like loud.
You're dancing, you're probably drinking. It's a lot. Like you're social. You can't just be there and not socialize. Like you're dancing, having a good time.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. Okay. So here's another one. Trader Joe's run together.
So, I mean, I think most people would say soft, but for me, I think it's hard socializing.
Because you're still interacting with somebody?
Yes. It's always crazy at Trader Joe's. It depends the time of day that you're at Trader Joe's. If you're there early in the morning, then it's a soft socializing.
No, but I think this is more around like, hey, Liza, I'm going to go to Trader Joe's. Would you like to come with me?
Yeah.
And so to me, that's just like low effort, low pressure.
Right.
We're not doing it over in a cocktail.
Mm-hmm. True.
So maybe that's kind of like in that category of that soft socializing where it's like, hey, come with me. Let's go do groceries together.
Yeah. Okay.
Here's another one. Watching a show, but no one talks.
Definitely soft. Sounds boring, but definitely soft.
Yeah,
I'm a talker.
Oh,
I'm one of
the... See, this is where I'm like, no, this is good because if I go to a movie and you're coming with me, I don't want to hear you talk because I want to watch a movie.
I'm the one that's always like, why is this happening? And you're probably going to be like, we're fucking watching the same movie together. I don't know. Just keep watching. Like, I'm one of those people that like will gasp,
is this? Yeah.
That will like scream, that will be like, oh hell, like
that's totally fine for me. But if you're also doing commentary as we're watching
commentary too, girl.
I'm like, no, be quiet. Okay, but that's soft.
Yeah, that's if you're not saying anything, it's super soft.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then here's another one where it's dinner where you have to perform. Now, when we say perform, what are we talking about? Like I'm having dinner with you and
I'm singing.
I know.
Like, or it's like a first date.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm assuming.
That's what I'm assuming too.
You have to have the small talk. You have to.
You have to come show your best self, right?
That is hard.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Like it, because you want to put your best self forward, right?
Yeah.
Although I want to ask, as you go to as you've kind of went into this dating scene, do you think people do put their best foot forward, or they kind of just show up and like, this is me?
They always put their best foot forward.
Okay.
So let me tell you, I actually went back on the dating sites. I went back. It's been a few weeks.
Okay.
Nothing has changed. From when I was on there a year ago, and I'm like, why am I keep telling myself I'm not going to do this again because it's
what do you mean nothing's changed? Tell me, like refresh our listeners.
For instance, so I look at profiles. I'm like, okay, this person is looking for something serious. He's not looking to mess around. He's dating with intention. That's what he says. I'm finding my person. Okay, I'm going to match with this guy.
Okay.
We chat, like through the app.
Sure.
And he's like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, well, first, motherfucker, did you not read my profile? I said I'm looking for something serious. And he's like, I'm like, well, I'm open to getting to know somebody, but like I kind of want to like
The intent.
Yeah, the intent is to find my person, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "Ugh, well, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but I'm like looking for a friends with benefit situation.
What the heck?
I'm like, then change your.
You're wasting my time, dude.
A lot of it is people that are like, hey, girl. I'm like, hey, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm going out with my friends. What are you doing? Nothing. That's it. No, like, don't carry the conversation whatsoever.
But is that the best foot forward, though?
And then when I actually get to the dates, like I've been on a few dates already, been a few weeks, I've been on a few dates, and there are times where like I meet someone and they're great. I'm like, oh my God, like this guy checks off all the boxes. Like a few dates in, it's like they kind of just fall off.
What do you mean they fall off?
They just kind of like the effort's not there. And it could easily be that they're just probably not interested, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I'm like, wow, you just showed me this like amazing side. I feel like a lot of men are performative.
There you go.
Right? Like, I'm going to tell this girl like.
So what's the themes that you see in these performative men? Like they're super attentive. They're like whining and dining. Like they're very active. Like what is their performative theme that you see in these men?
Just very, very talkative, very like, I like to
engaging.
Yeah, very engaging, They basically they tell you what you want to hear, right? Like, I've been out here for so long, like dating, I just want to find my person, blah, 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 But I feel like you have to though, right? I mean, I don't know. I feel like I keep it real. Like I'm consistently the same throughout like our dates, but I don't know. I feel like men have to try harder now in this dating age.
Got it.
Because it's not easy out there.
No.
Like, and I can speak for men and women.
Yeah. No, I get it.
But going back to this,
yes,
I'll have more stories
soft
for you later.
Socializing.
Yes, soft socializing. So I guess the thing is, if you're hanging out with people and you're not having any conversations, is that quality time or is it just shared Wi-Fi?
I guess it depends.
Yeah, it depends who, right?
Yeah.
I'm going through this and it's like, okay, a lot of, millennials nowadays, instead of going to clubs and drinking, they want to like get together and put puzzles together or do something low key, like watch it. But I'm like, all this stuff is stuff that old people like to do, right? It's like old people love, like I like doing that shit. Like I like putting puzzles together. I like just hanging out. We get together, our friend group and.
Well, I mean, so at one point, and this is interesting because we stopped, but we'll probably start again.
Yeah.
So I remember I would get together with my nieces and nephews, and then obviously, their parents or whatever. Yeah. We would do kind of like a game night. Yeah. It was like super fun. Yeah. So would we call that soft socializing?
I feel like it's hard socializing
because you're like interactive.
Yeah.
You're talking.
Yeah. You're still getting together. You basically just don't want to be performative. Like you don't want to talk about your life. You don't want to talk about what's going. You just want to kind of just sit there.
But see, I get into the situations too where, like, for example, I know Vanessa and her one particular cousin, they just like to get together and they just like to watch stuff. They don't talk.
That's soft.
Yeah, they don't talk, but they love it. They love it. So it's not that they're sharing like Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
They just like being together and just they're so comfortable.
Yeah.
Because haven't you ever been in a situation where you're just like, this is like silence is so like it's uneasy. Some people get really uneasy with silence.
I've never experienced that, but I guess it depends on who you're with, right?
I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think if you can get comfortable with being with somebody and it being silent without just the coexisting.
Yeah.
I think that's a great level to be because if you can, but
you're okay with the silence.
Yeah, but because there's certain people where you're like, okay, we need to talk. Like, don't you ever around people where it's like, okay, it's too quiet. Somebody should say something.
Not really.
No,
I've never been in that situation.
no.
Or maybe I just say something. Like I don't
Like, think about it. Like, if you were, I don't know, if you were here's a good one. If you were with your boss,
yeah.
and you guys just were together and you guys didn't say anything, would it feel awkward?
Yes, for sure.
So you'd have to fill it,
I would
right?
have to say something.
Yeah, you'd have to fill it.
Yeah.
So I think in instances like that, but then if you were in a room with just me and we were doing our own thing, you'd be like, sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't, I don't know. There's still a level of connection that happens when you can do that in front of somebody, right?
Yeah. So my best friend always she's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Have the kids come over? I'd come over, we'd lay in her bed, and we're both on social media on our phones all night.
But that's cool, right?
So cool. Like I'm spending time with her and I love it. Like we don't have to, and we're like sharing reels and laughing. And every once in a while she'll be like, remember when this happened? And we'll laugh. Like that is like my idea of having a fun night out with my best friend. Right.
Well, there you go. That's the umbrella of soft socializing.
Yeah, well, I guess the question is like, do you call soft socializing a form of self-care or do you call it laziness?
Again, I think it depends.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, do you also find yourself, but we talked about this, like, so I've been single for some time.
Okay.
And I've grown to like love my solitude, right? Like
yes.
I love my solitude.
Yes.
Like it's to the point now, like, like I said, I've been in the dating world and I'm like, is this guy really worth my solitude? Because I can spend hours with this guy.
Yes.
Or I can be at home with my cats and like in my pajamas.
And I'd be totally fine with that.
Totally fine.
And happy.
Yes. And I'm coming into dating like in a completely different mindset now that I enjoy my solitude. So I don't think that it's called laziness. I think it's a form of self-care because you actually enjoy not having the noise, not having the conversation, not being social.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. No, I totally get it. But what about these instances? And I think I can think of a particular girlfriend where I can totally see this is her mantra.
Okay.
If I can't come wearing sweats, I'm not coming.
I have friends like that too.
And I think that actually is just, it's not self-care, it's laziness.
You think so?
I absolutely do. If that is your mantra, then you're just lazy.
Gosh.
Then you're just lazy. Because you can't say that for every event that we're going to have.
That's very true.
Because if you can have it for like maybe a Sunday because you had a busy week.
Brunch, maybe brunch.
Yeah, you're like, hey, we're gonna go ahead. But if I tell you, hey, we're gonna do a brunch, let's get dressed up a little bit, and you're just like, no. Okay, let's wind it down. But the next time I ask you, and let's get dressed up, and your natural state is to say no because you don't want to get dressed up, that's just lazy.
That is laziness. Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
So I think again, it depends. You have to, like, I think there's times where like, hey, I'm done performing because I've performed all week.
Yeah.
So let me just like chill and come in sweats.
Let me be me. Yeah.
Yeah. But then if you're always in sweats the whole week, and then you come and say, I still want to
let me look at your closet. What's in there?
I think that, like, I get it, right? Because, like, for example, when you go into work, I'm sure you can't go into in just like sweats.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So you get dressed up.
Nice.
Yeah. But if you're in sweats the whole week and then we're telling you like, hey, let's get dressed up. And you're like, no, I want to be in sweats. Then you're just like, dude, you're just being lazy.
Yeah, that's being a party pooper. For everyone else to dress up, you got to dress up. But I think a lot of this actually soft socializing, I think stems from the effects of COVID. Because, we had COVID, right? Mm-hmm. We had to stay away from each other. Mm-hmm. And before COVID, I was like always all about going out. Like, I want to go out. I want to see my friends. I want to go drink. And then now after that, I got, your bubble gets smaller, right? Mm-hmm. You only hung out with a specific amount of people. Yeah. And now it's like, I don't want to let anyone else in this circle. And I was able to cancel plans because I could use COVID as an excuse. I don't have to see you. And now that COVID's not here, I can't,
yeah.
It's to the point now where it's like, when people like make plans with me, I'm like hoping and wishing that they cancel on me. Because I just want to be home, or I don't want to do all that. I don't want, like, does that happen to you a lot?
It happens to me because I get anxiety. I don't want to use the word anxiety because it's so overrated.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think there's a lot of pressure to, for me, getting ready is a chore.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, some people just love getting ready. For example, Vanessa, sometimes she says, she's like, Mom, I like just getting ready. It's for myself. She loves the whole like ceremony of it.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I feel like it's a lot of effort. And so I'm just like, oh, I don't want to do it. So I do get to a point where if we're going to go out and I kind of go, oh God, I got to get dressed. I got to figure out what to wear. I got to do my hair and blah, blah, blah. So that part, God, you're absolutely right. If somebody canceled on me, I would not get hurt. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like but you don't want to be the one to cancel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if they canceled, I wouldn't be like pissed.
Yeah.
I would be like, okay. Cause like to your point, you can repurpose that time just by
Doing
chilling.
nothing. Yes. And I used to never be like that. I used to get really butthurt, like, oh my God, I want to go out. Blah, blah. And then now I'm just kind of like, oh yes, like I could just like take a nap.
Yes. No, I totally, I hear you, but you're right. Because I don't know about you, but I've heard people even make the comment like, I miss COVID. Like not the obviously the
disease,
but they miss
the time.
Yeah, not seeing people, so many cars on the road. Like it was, if you really think about it. Remember when COVID started? I would go out and there would be barely any cars on the road, and to me that was insane. Mm-hmm. It was crazy to see hardly any cars, no traffic, anything, and so I agree with you that there is, like, I hear it more times than not, like, God, I wish we were back in COVID. Because I go to work. I mean, I'm sure you guys now, and most people do, and it sucks. It takes forever to get into work, and you're dealing with other people, and you're just like, oh. But yeah, it comes back up, and I think you're absolutely right. The effects of COVID kind of linger to people now kind of reassessing how they want to interact with one another.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure. And this whole rescheduling thing. So it's funny because it makes me think like, okay, am I really like ready to be out there and date? So I met this guy who is a teacher. I actually didn't meet him on the dating site. He actually like slipped into my DMs on social media.
Okay.
Like a month ago.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And he happened to be a teacher in the Bay Area. We've canceled on each other twice each. And it's funny because like we were actually supposed to, like, each time, like I was just so busy with school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now I'm valuing my sleep a lot more. And I'm like, do I really want to go out on a Monday night and then like not hit my 7 hours of sleep? Like I really need my sleep. So I would tell him like, hey, like I just have a lot going on. Can we reschedule? Next time he's like, fuck, like I had all this lesson planning, AP tests are due. I'm so tired. Can we reschedule? We were supposed to meet tomorrow, which is Sunday.
Yeah.
And he was like telling me how, like, we texted and he was telling me how he had a crazy, because he also coaches tennis, how crazy of a week it was. And I said, hey,
if you want to,
we're getting really good at this rescheduling thing. If you want to reschedule, like, I'm totally fine with it because I actually wanted to stay home all day tomorrow.
Well, this goes back to
So yeah. But is it the question of like, am I really just enjoying my solitude, or do I really just not want to date? Because I enjoy texting this guy. Like I eventually want to meet him.
It's this, like I said, I think what the traditional thoughts around dating is just, it's shifting because of just like you said, the different experiences you've had probably in the last 5-6 years. And I think also, I don't know, I'm obviously gotten older, and I think I like the idea of going out.
Yeah.
But I don't like
actually doing it and getting ready. Yes.
Of going out. So the idea of going out is like, sounds like fun and exciting and da-da-da. But when it comes really down to it, I'm like, oh my God, that's so much effort. And so to your point, I don't think necessarily that anybody gets crazy if, like you said, I'm okay if you cancel.
Yeah.
right? And he's like, are you sure? And you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, I'm really sure.
Yeah. And at first my thought was like, oh, this guy's not interested. But he would always like text me the day before, like, hey, like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just so tired. I'm like, you know what, dude? It's fine.
Okay, but do you feel like, because I think that's another thing to consider as well, right? Because I think depending on kind of what stage you are in life, things obviously are different.
Right.
So like, for example, when I think about Vanessa, she has kind of her circular of friends. And if I was to say, hey, you guys go out and party and go to a club, she would be like, ugh, I don't want to do that. Like that's a lot of, like, she has no desire to go clubbing. But if I remember when I was her age, I couldn't wait until I was 21 so I could actually go clubbing and drinking.
Girl, I was going to the 18 and up clubs, you know? Like,
well, there's 18 and up clubs here, but she's just like, she doesn't have any desire to do that.
I feel like it's that generation, right? Because I think Ava, too, is like perfectly fine with just, we'll go out to dinner and then just like hang with my friends.
So here's a question for you. Do you think they're losing social skills when they do that? Because they're not really interacting with other people.
I think they're losing everything, especially with AI. They're like losing brain cells too because they're not even thinking. Like I actually do believe that in this generation they are losing social skills. Only because
can they carry a conversation?
Probably not, because now we have social media now. We have texting, right? They text through that, and when they're in person, everyone's on their phone. Like, they're not even like paying attention to each other.
Oh, 100%. Like, we could be all together. Like, they could all be together.
Yeah.
And you just kind of, if you just pause, I will have all my nieces and nephews kind of just chilling.
Yeah.
And everybody's on their phone.
And that's considered soft socializing.
And they're not chilling with it. Like, they chit chat, but at a certain point, they stop.
Yeah.
And then they go back to their phone.
Yeah.
And then they're just good, just chilling with each other.
Yeah.
Not talking. So, but see here,
I think they're losing social skills, because if you think about when we were their age, we didn't have cell phones like that. We just kind of hung out and cracked jokes and had fun and laughed and talked to other people. And I feel like they are losing social skills for sure.
I definitely can see that. And again, I think it also supports the fact that people are not really connecting.
No.
Right? Like, no. I mean, I think you connect. I think it's now a smaller group that you connect with.
Yeah.
Versus I think in our generation, because we didn't have these like dependencies on these tools, it forced you to like have a bigger circle to connect with. And to your point, socialize with. But then the other thing too is when we think about just the state, it also contributes to just avoidance. Like I noticed that if there's something that she doesn't want to do, she just avoids it. She doesn't like, I have to like really put it in front of her to say like, you need to tell me that you want to do it or you don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because she'll just avoid the whole situation.
Altogether.
So because I think also there's like this conflict, like avoidance of conflict.
Yeah.
That they don't like. I don't know. Have you experienced that?
All the time. I experience it all the time. And I think that's why people ghost a lot. Because this day and age is like they don't know how to have the hard conversations. They don't want to have the hard conversations, so they rather just not talk to you or answer you, right?
You're like, dude, you didn't tell me anything.
Yeah, like I've been like texting Ava what she wants to do for graduation for weeks already.
And she hasn't really responded?
No, but she'll respond to other things. And I'm like, let's go back to, and I'm like, I need to have this conversation with her in person. I'm not going to text her.
There you go. Yes.
I need to get an answer from her face to face.
No, that is an excellent point, because I totally agree with you. I think, because I think Vanessa's a little bit better, but I do notice when I ask something and she doesn't want to answer it, she just won't.
She just won't answer it. Because that's the beauty of having a phone, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to answer.
It's just crazy.
But it's crazy because you're going to see her when she comes home.
And I'm like, well, and here's the thing. She's hoping that I forget.
Yeah.
So, because I have a million things in my head. So it's like, how important is that?
Oh my gosh. But I think soft socializing really depends on, like, like I said, like we said, it depends on who. Like our friend group, we all know each other. We all know
Mm-hmm.
what's happening in each other's lives. We all know this and that. So if we got together and just absolutely did nothing, like that's still considered a type of bonding for us,
Yeah. I
right?
mean, I think that's another thing too. Like for me, I think one of the things that indicates to me that I'm comfortable with you is if I can be in a room with you and I don't feel like I have to like constantly
Entertain. Yeah.
entertain you.
Yeah.
Then to me, I feel like like that makes me comfortable.
Right.
I'll give you an example. If I'm with my sister and me and her, it's just me and her, it's totally fine. Even if I was just with you or with Irene, I'm totally fine with that one-on-one interaction. But I do know that there's certain groups that I have where I have to have 3 people.
What do you mean?
You have to have 3 people. Irene, you know what I mean? You have
Explain
to have
to me what that means.
So you have to have 3 people because like me and you could be fine and we can be chilling, but you like for example, there's a group, there's certain people where I have to have another person with us because I don't feel
Is
like
it a specific person?
yeah.
Okay.
Like I think it's just
Or
like
a
it's-
person? That's what I'm trying
No, it's like I have certain
to groups.
and it's interesting, right? So I'll provide a little bit of context here, but I don't want to name names.
Yeah.
Like for example, I'm very close to all my cousins.
Yeah.
My girl cousins.
Yeah.
But there's particular ones where I don't want to be with just you.
Okay.
Like I need you and then somebody else.
Yeah.
And then it's not like I'm not fond of you.
Yeah.
It's just we connect
Awkward?
differently
Okay.
that it would just take more effort for me
Yeah.
to hang out with just
Okay,
you.
I know what you're talking about now.
Right?
Yeah.
But if I had you and then another person, that dynamic of 3
Yeah.
would be much more easy.
Yeah.
That I wouldn't have to feel like I'm so I have that energy that I have to
So
have
that's
those
hard
things.
socializing for you.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
So
I
and
get it.
the reason why I bring this up is because I'm very close to my cousins. But there are situations where I would prefer it's not just me and you.
Yeah. I get it. I have groups like that too. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yeah. Like it just don't leave me alone with this person because I'm not in this my social battery is low and I don't want to deal with this. But yes, I feel like a lot of people in my life right now though that I have in my life and in my circle, I'm totally fine with doing the soft socializing with. But yeah, I do see that a lot of the younger crowd, like our kids, are okay with that now.
Yeah.
Which is I'm fine with that.
Yeah, no.
But
I'm
at the
totally
same
fine.
time, it's like for Ava, she's in high school, and I was a little wild in high school, and which was fine, but I look at Ava and I always say I never want my kids to end up like how I was in high school, but I look at her, I'm like, man, like I want you to go out more, and I want you to have fun, and I want you to stay out late, and have all the fun, like do all the fun things that I did, and she's like home at midnight. She's sleeping in. She's, and I'm like,
You're just like just kind of wasting time.
yeah, I'm like, get out there. Like, she has a boyfriend and she has her little group of friends, but I'm kind of like, I look at how I was in high school and I just was like YOLO, like had so much fun. I have so many memories. Like I still have my friends that I were friends with in high school, and we still talk about all the fun things that we did, all the memories. And I'm like, man, I wish that my kids, and I hope that my kids have these kind of memories and friends that they can enjoy this with. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, but they're still young. Like they can still have that because there's Ava's still going to college and Vanessa's in college, but I just feel like it's a lot different. But also, we have technology. We have it's just
they
different.
stay connected. The way they stay connected is totally different.
Yeah, it's different.
But I do feel like they are very selective of who they interact with in person.
Yes.
Like I think it's interesting because I find with Vanessa, she had like we talked about this before, where they share their locations.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
yeah. We were talking about
They,
that. Yeah.
they share their locations with just their like massive friend group. I can tell you, I don't share my location.
Yeah.
It's a very selective people that I share my location
Yeah.
with. But for her, it's all over, right? Her whole friend group, and most of them are like that. They share their location. But who she actually spends physical time with is very selective.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I do think that theirs is just a little different. It's going to continue to evolve. It'll be interesting to see where they land, like to your point, 10, 20 years from now and what that looks like. Because I do have to say I have probably a bigger group when I was growing up. And then obviously it weans away because then you have kind of a focus group. I feel like they have their already focus group. Like me, I have my focus group as I started getting older, right? And I feel like they just started earlier, that this is their core group and then that's it. Yeah. But I do feel like I actually get surprised because I do think that the younger generation really lacks a lot of social skill. So when I do find a younger person that is social, it actually surprises me.
Yeah. Right?
It's very refreshing, actually.
Oh my gosh. It is really. It's like, oh my God, you're saying more than one word. You're actually having a
You're like
conversation.
actually interacting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But again, I think the younger generation doesn't care that we care. Like to them, it's like, so what? Like, so.
It's normal. It's normalized, right?
Well, they just think that we want too much, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if they, like, you know, when we have our little outings and we're together, when we bring our kids, I wonder if they think we're like too much because, you know, we're just out here laughing and like catching up. And I wonder if they look at us like, these fucking boomers over here.
I know. So loud.
Yeah. Because I used to think that about my aunts and uncles. Like, why are they so fucking loud? Like, what is so funny? But now it's like when we get together, it's like, I wonder if they look at us the same, you know? I'm like, what is wrong?
That'll be an interesting one we should ask.
Yeah. But yeah, soft socializing, I'm
down for it.
I'm down for it, but I also think it's an old people thing. But I guess this is more towards Gen Z, right?
I don't know. Maybe the kids are getting better. Like, see, I think our perspective is totally different from their perspective. They're like, why spend my energy trying to perform when I don't want to? So,
Yeah.
like, and get this, I'm now at an age where I'm like, I don't want to perform. Like, so they figured that out. Like, it took me, 30 years to figure out not that I didn't want to perform.
Yeah.
They just figured it out a lot sooner. So to them, they're like, you guys are just kind of like, you guys put in a lot of effort where.
Do you think they're just minimalists? Or is it just, I see, that kind of sounds like laziness to me.
But see, isn't that like but it goes back to like, we had this conversation where we say like, hey, are they just being smarter or are they just being lazier?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, which one is it?
Yeah.
And then like to a certain extent, I think we all go, they're just being lazy. But
they could be
smarter. Maybe the realization is they just got smarter than we did.
They just like to conserve their mental energy.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Is that we exerted quite a bit, but they're like, why do that? You know, like
I think we are doing too much. We are DTM. I think it's the adults.
Well, and we look at it like, no, you're just being lazy, but they're probably like, no, I'm conserving my energy. Yeah. And I'm only giving my energy to people that I really want to give it to.
Yeah. And you know what? So Ava is really actually good with cutting people off of her life that does not serve her.
She's is too.
She was like, oh my gosh, my friend. And I was like, I'll call her Kay. I'm like, hey, what happened to Kay? She's like, oh, I'm not talking to her anymore. She's like, she is just so much drama and it's just it's taking up way too much of my mental energy and my vibes. And she's like, I just told her we can't be friends. I was like, oh my God. Like at that age, I would never.
Oh, well,
I would
that's
never.
what I'm saying. You would just accept it.
Yes. I'm like, I don't want to lose a friend. Like, that's a friend, you know? And maybe it's because I'm a people pleaser.
And then your mental note is like, I need to be a good friend.
Yeah.
So like, even though you're kind of like this, I'm going to be the good friend and kind of adjust to you.
No, Ava's like, oh, it's all about me. Like, if you don't serve me, then you like can't be in my life. I was like, wow, Ava, I'm so proud of you.
But you know what? Vanessa's very similar.
Yeah.
She has a very similar mindset. I mean, she's probably, I don't think she outright says like, we're not going to be friends anymore. But I think she knows how to like back off.
Yeah.
Where you're absolutely right. So I don't know. Maybe they're just not lazy.
Maybe not. Maybe it's just the. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, well, more to come. I
Yeah.
think time will only tell, because the way I grew up, and I'm sure the way you grew up, is so different than the way our kids are growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll be very interesting to see where they're at when they're in their 30s and 40s.
Yeah.
And
Because
seeing
it was
how it
all
goes.
about hard socializing growing up. All about it. So if you want to read more up on the article, the sources from Real, the article is Soft Socializing is the Gen Z trend that's making low pressure hangouts the new normal by Vivian Chang, and it was recently published April 8th of this year, 2026. All right. Thanks, Debbie.